Do something constructive and tell me what we're doing now.
What about Frederick Blood Royale?
I love this guy.
Yeah, he's investigating.
He's going deep underground, like Jamiroquai, and checking out the phenomenon known as tribute bands from the eyes of the musicians that do the tributing.
Last week on Fred Investigates, I spoke to audiences about what they get from seeing tribute acts. This week, what I want to know is, what's in it for the bands? What's the point of tribute acts? What's the point in tribute bands?
Making money and having fun.
Other than the money and the groupies, what is it that Antarctic Monkeys get out of being the Antarctic Monkeys?
Well, you get to play in front of a lot of people, which you don't necessarily do in an unsigned band.
What's the biggest crowd you played to as Antarctic Monkeys?
Matthew Street,
Yeah,
a couple of weeks back.
About 30,000 something.
Wow, huge.
I'm Amy Winehouse and you are watching Fred Investigates.
Is there as much sex, drugs and rock and roll in a tribute band, or do you just get sort of tribute sex, tribute drugs and tribute rock and roll?
I only got laid last night.
Really? Did you say, you may recognise me from the Kings of Leon and in their drunken Irish ways? Cut that. What was she doing in Belfast at a Kings of Leon gig?
I think she was at university there.
People have asked me for my water bottle when I come off stage and can I sign it and can they have a photo with me and can I sign their arm. People go quite mad for tribute acts.
Tribute bands. So the crowds aren't only massive, but they're bonkers too. I was beginning to see what the bands enjoyed about this tribute lot, but I couldn't help wondering, were these crowds deluded? Surely they'd only react like this if they thought they were watching the real thing.
We were confused, sort of, for the real band once when we played a gig in Holland. We had to put out a press release in Mojo saying that we weren't the real Kings of Leon.
People still came thinking that we were, and even afterwards thanking us for coming and playing in their small little town and on their beach.
That also happened in Dagenham.
When I did a gig in Holland last summer, they had to get the bouncers on the side of the stage because a crowd of people had got through a hole in the fence and the bouncers had to pick me up and carry me and run through the crowd to my dressing room. It was a bit ridiculous.
Why spoil the illusion? If they think they've gone and seen the Kings of Leon, let them go away telling their friends that they've seen the Kings of Leon.
That would be an untruth, Caleb. I had to admit, though, that the perks of being in a tribute band seem pretty good. Adoring fans, crazy Dutch townsfolk, and even a bit of the other. But at what cost? What of the mental burden that devoting your life to imitation must bring? Where does it all lead? And why am I climbing these stairs? Oh, it's just a stairway to nowhere. What do you do to look like the Arctic Monkeys? Obviously, you got some leather jackets, some jeans. What sort of regime have you got?
This isn't a look. This is just us.
I'd take off my glasses.
Right, nice.
Put on the tightest pair of jeans that I could find.
I got it.
Usually women's jeans.
Yeah.
And a checked shirt.
Nice. So you're not going to be growing your hair for the new Alex Turner look?
No, I'm not. No.
And you haven't got a tribute side project to Last Shadow Puppets?
No, definitely
not yet.
It's more about the music and
more about the sound.
Yeah, the performance on stage really, as opposed to looking exactly like them.
I had to admit, they sounded good, but something didn't quite add up. Tribute bands. All these adoring fans weren't going mad for the people on the stage, but for the songs they were playing. Other people's songs. So, surely the adulation is tainted by a hollow pang of falsehood. I was so confused. What's it like playing songs that everyone knows and loves and goes crazy to, but they have, you know they haven't come from you?
Even though we haven't written it ourselves, you still get a buzz from it.
I don't feel like bad because I'm tributing someone else. I'm just entertaining the crowd, and that, if anything, Amy Winehouse's songs are getting played even more than they would be if she didn't have a tribute.
It's like being a DJ, really. They spin someone else's records and they get the same buzz, so do we.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. In conclusion, seeing a tribute band is a lot like sitting down to watch your parents, or two people who look a bit like your parents, having sex. At best, it's the foolhardy pastime of a naive young schoolboy, and at worst, the sociopathic hobby of his older self. In my professional opinion, though, It's something that everyone should probably experience firsthand at some point in their horrid little lives. Because, in a dim light, with a hearty crowd and a well-chosen libation, you could end up having a truly fabulous time. And for God's sake, what's the harm in that? Tribute bands.